Because Israel is the only country in the world that refuses to define its borders. So if you want me to recognize Israel's right to exist, does that right of Israel's extend into Gaza, the West Bank, the Golan Heights, East Jerusalem, all of which are considered illegally occupied territory under international law, and yet all of which are claimed by the current government of Israel as Israeli land? So, right to exist where? Number two, what is this right to exist? Where does it come from? Because states don't have a right to exist. No such natural or legal right exists. People, individuals have a right to exist. Human beings have that right. Not states, not countries. States change their composition, their governing structures, their ideologies, their regimes, their borders all the time. They're not fixed for eternity. The USSR broke up into Russia and 14 other new states. Yugoslavia broke up into Serbia, Bosnia, Croatia, and the rest. Czechoslovakia split into Slovakia and the Czech Republic. What happened to the USSR's right to exist, or Yugoslavia's, or Czechoslovakia's? I mean, think about it. Does the UK have a right to exist? And if so, does that mean Scotland, for example, can never vote for independence? Would we say to Scots who voted in a referendum to be independent from the UK, sorry, you can't leave? That would be going against the UK's right to exist. Of course not. People have rights, not states. To be clear, there is no right for countries to exist, nor for countries to continue to exist. None whatsoever. And number three, last but not least, if there is a right to exist, as they claim, does Palestine have a right to exist? Because last time I checked, Israel exists. As a matter of fact, it's a country with sovereignty. It's on the map with its undeclared borders. Over at the UN, it's Israel that's a full member state, not Palestine. And it's the US, by the way, blocking Palestine's right to exist at the UN as a full sovereign member state. The idea that in a world where Israel is genociding the Palestinians in Gaza, ethnically cleansing them in the West Bank, and blocking their legal right to return from refugee camps across the region, the idea that in that world, Israel's right to exist is the one we should be concerned about, and not Palestine's, is both ridiculous and, let's be honest, racist. But look, this entire discourse is clear propaganda by supporters of Israel. Have you ever heard this phrase used in any other context other than in the context of defending Israel? Do we talk about Belgium's right to exist, Luxembourg's right to exist, South Africa's right to exist? Of course we don't, because it's all demonstrable bullshit. So don't be cowed when the right to exist gotcha is thrown in your face. Don't be browbeaten or intimidated or guilted into giving Israel a pass. That's what they want, a pass.